everybody, it's Lex Marie. So I did let everybody know that I was going to do a reading on Chris Watts. His actions were incomprehensible, and so basically he's not meant to be understood. This case isn't meant to be fully understood. There's going to be things that we will never know about the case, and he is human, and it has been requested, so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've done. So my intention for the reading was to do to see what his current state was in, to see what his daily life was like, if there's anything that's bothered him, any kind of situations he's been in, if it's hard on him right now, like what is exactly going on. The first image I seen was food, and I automatically knew that it was because that's probably the worst part for him, is the food and what he has to eat, and how he used to live versus now. And he may even miss Shanann and her cooking, and having that family to come home to and have a meal, you know, stuff like that. I do feel like he almost feels like he's too good to be there. Not to say that he's not or isn't, but he feels like he's too good to be there, but he does get along with most. I did see an image of Chris dragging Shanann down the stairs to say that he vividly remembers this, and he knew when the kids woke up that everything had to change. So that's when I feel the turning point was whenever they both woke up and he didn't feel like there was anything else. Well, at the time he wasn't really thinking about what he was going to do with them, and that may not have even been an option in his mind to do anything to the girls, but that's when he knew that things were changing, is when they woke up. I don't think he had any thought in his mind that they would be involved, and he kind of like snapped and was like, oh, that's just putting all these deep thoughts in there, these dark, you know, thoughts and things that people try to suppress, and that's what he may have been doing during this time, and then they released themselves whenever this event happened. An image of Chris driving, and his kids were talking on and off, and he was ignoring them due to the state he was in. It was truly all a blur. I felt like I was there and wasn't. An example, I'm super sleepy, my vision looks cloudy, and I can hear what's happening in the back, but it's muffled and faded away. So it's like that feeling of, you know, exhaustion and almost delirium. I've seen hands go together in prayer, but it's out of desperation. He feels like the Bible will make him a better man, or it's just all he has access to. I see in the outside area, it says he wishes he had more outside time, or more if he does already. The stool was brought up. And I've seen a lot of people talking about this because in the first readings I had done, I talked about a fence, and this fence had come up around the time that I had did this reading again. And someone else said there was a stool, and I seen it. There was a stool by the fence that people had taken a picture of after the fact. So I did feel the parents involved. I felt like he was ashamed to face them, and I saw his mom have like a worried face, like they're not okay right now. Not to say they're not okay, they're just it's rocky right now. They're reaching out. No one's on the other end. Like he is in a whole nother plane right now. I do not feel himself thinking clearly during that time. I feel my heart beating out of my chest, distorted, sleeping 3 hours a night, and the things that he was nonstop doing things and having these thrive patches, and so that's what I feel. I seen an image of clothes, like he misses being free extremely. He feels remorse for what he did because he could have just let her move on, but he felt that the family man image he made for himself needed to continue even if they weren't around. But again, I don't feel right when I'm thinking of this scene. I feel anxiety, shaky, you know, when you're so delirious from no sleep that you feel out of body. That's how I felt, but that's not an excuse for what he did, absolutely not, and that's not what I'm saying. But I'm telling you how I'm feeling intuitively from him. So I saw an image of a cup, and I believe people keep cups in jail, like it's their own cup, and they keep like their own cup or spoon or something like that. Like, things that are theirs that they, you know, I feel like people are like, were messing with him about maybe his cup, or like taking things for him that belonged to him, just kind of messing with him. He doesn't have to portray another image in jail. Whenever he was here, he was always portraying, whenever he was in the real world, he was portraying himself as a family man, as this person, which he was. There was a whole different light he was portrayed in, and he had this face on, like he said he had for Shanann. But there, he can take these masks away and just be himself, other than being polite to like the guards and being compliant and things like that. But he doesn't have to put on a show for anybody. He can be that self. I do feel a lot of anxiety, like reality set in. He wants to be free now more than ever. And I'm sure people go through phases in prison, so I can understand that. So let me know what you think about this. Ask any questions that maybe I can ask for next time, and comment any video readings that you would like for me to do on a case. I've heard a lot of awesome ones, so I have a few that I'm going to do in the next poll. So just let me know whenever you see that poll and make your vote. Thank you guys for watching, and otherwise you guys have a great weekend, and I will be in touch, so keep up with me.